Morning, got the coffee pot warming up. Birds ain't singing, but my Instagram blowing up. And I don't even like social media. But if I wasn't on it, then you probably wouldn't see me. So, hey, it's Mr. Pinecone, posting on the interwebs with my cell phone. Hoping that I get
What's going on, believers? Guys, we are about to have what I think is going to be an incredible day in cryptocurrency. All of the signals so far, and of course, anything could change on a dime, but all of the signals right now are telling me that it's about to get absolutely crazy. So go ahead and smash that like button. Let's get this started. We're going to kick off, look at a few tokens. We're going to get an idea of what's going on in the market, and we're going to see where this one goes today. I've got a good feeling. It's bubbling under the surface. It's bubbling under the surface, and I feel like we are scheduled and ready to just absolutely get sent. But it's going to take the American market cooperating, and let's see where we are. We are at Ethereum is trading at 30.88 right now, and that gives me a good feeling because it was around 31.60 last night, so it lost about $80 in value per Ethereum, which I don't like. You never want to see a negative sentiment like that, but it was up 0.44 in the 1 hour, and it's up 2.45% in the 24 hour, down 5% on the day. That was because yesterday there were some problems with some of the American markets. Didn't seem to take hold. It pushed down a little bit, then it started to go crazy. So I feel like we're in a much better place today, and that everything is just about to get sent. So we're going to move on, and we're going to talk about one of the big dogs in the room right now. Volt Inu is at 44.44, and it is absolutely continuing to grow and absolutely continuing. It's up to 29 million market cap right now. Now, of course, up here, we were talking about a much bigger market cap, and it's going back there. And you can see right here, this is happening, by the way, for anybody who's new to this and who's not been paying attention. Volt is having this run while it converts from version 1 to version 2. Now, that would normally cause some fright for people in any sense, because it's converting from one to another, and people get a little bit bearish when they see that happening. But look at what's happening to Volt right now. The price continues to pump, it continues to push, and you've got another, and this is one of them, but this is another pretty big green candle pushing it up. Now, I don't know, it just minted, so I think that that's probably indicative of a nice big run that we might be having today. So if you're not invested so far, this is an opportunity, and it's going to be one of your final opportunities. I mean, you have to do the math on it, and you have to go from the premise that there are a lot of things going on. I do have a video coming out on Volt today. We were talking yesterday about how there are a bunch of little things going on in the background. One of the ongoing jokes that Voltoshi is running with people is about whale. So he'll say something like, instead of "we'll get there," he'll say "whale get there." So he's expecting some large investors to be coming into this very, very shortly, including the investors that are already here that are probably going to be putting in more because they are feeling very voltish about what's going on here. The background sentiment is electric, I might add. Boom, boom. And there are some documents that he's been kind of floating around, and you're only getting like one little piece of a line, and each one of them are cooperation agreements. So he's got some things working in the background. And not only that, but you have going forward, there's also some central exchanges. And one of his statements on one of his tweets was, hey, central exchanges as of April 14th, 0 central exchanges as of the end of this month, and then question mark. So there are some exchanges that he's looking to get on immediately. And by the way, for anybody who is wondering why my voice sounds extra buttery smooth today, if it doesn't, oops, but it's because Bleeves now has the Ryan Patrick special color changing Sweet Daddy microphone. So I got a little bit out of camera view. I don't do it like Ryan, but hey, if the voice sounds better, if everything sounds better, then I feel much better. And it's easier for me to get this one closer because this is a bigger microphone than the last one that I had. I'm not sure how it's going to pick up background sound, stuff like that. I'll be looking at it later on today. We're just flying blind, raw dogging it, as the case may be. But I'm feeling pretty good about the microphone. But let's move on. We're going to go through a bunch of cryptos. I want to get this done as quickly as I possibly can so we can get to the chat. Shift is continuing to channel sideways. And guys, remember I did an AMA with these guys the other day, and we thought this was a great play, a good move. This is the Shift app. Is a lot of this is becoming more and more as we go along. The Shift app is now getting itself into position. We now know the name of it, Shift app. We now have an idea that they're going to have. It's called Battlegrounds. For if you follow me in any way, then you might know that I have challenged Pan that I'm going to be the first person in here to challenge for that first battleground. It's going to be a thing. And then right after that, I'm going to be challenging Ponzi Slayer. I don't know Ponzi Slayer. I have no idea who the guy is. I know that he's got a negative rep around people. He's got a positive rep around other people. He's just a guy who's into physical fitness. So I'm going to go and I'm going to challenge him in a battleground as well, because I want to win. And if I'm going to challenge somebody, I want to challenge somebody who I think is physically fit. And I think that he is. So he posts a lot of pictures about stuff like that. So I'm going to issue the challenge. I already did, and he 100% accepted. So if he embarrasses me, by the way, y'all can shit on him all you want. How about that? But it's a very good project, and there's a lot going on. Not a lot today, but just look at the chart. It's moving along. Also moving along has been Wagmi. You can see here overnight there was some consolidation. The Asian markets are taking profits. European markets are coming in. I'm not sure. Wagmi's got a launch, really. The underlying sentiment there has been good and very bullish. Last night there was an AMA. As the AMA started, things started to push up. Since then, it's been a little bit sideways. So we'll see what the American market does today. Does it push it up? And when you start to look around here, you'll see that it's the American market that seems to be the driving force. So we're going to see really quickly how well this thing takes off. But guys, for most of you who follow us, who are quote unquote influencers in some way, then you will know that Wagmi is the one that we've got on our radar more than anything else right now. I think Rodney even said he is ETH stacking, and that's his goal. But the one token that he has other than Ethereum in his wallet right now is Wagmi. I think we all feel like this thing is going to go on just an absolutely incredible run, and we all kind of want to be a part of it. So that's a general feeling. You never know. We could always be wrong, except me. I mean, obviously I can't be wrong, but that is, I mean, it's possible that I'm wrong, but not really. Wagmi's going to go on a crazy run. So get ready for it. Terrarium's trading at 26.76. And hey guys, how nice is it to see them minting some green candles? And if you zoom in here and you start to do some of that crazy shit like some people do in certain tokens, and boy, they look like really big candles, right? But it's starting to trend back upwards, and that's a very good sign. It's been a while since we've seen some really strong extended upwards movement from Terrarium. So that's really good. Looks really awesome. And it's great to see. It's really great to see, because these guys are working diligently behind the scenes to make this thing go. And while we're on it, Saitama is doing the same thing, 78.03. That's a pretty big move from this low over here. And remember, sometimes this is all about perspective. Uh-oh, thank you for the bomb, man. Looks like Batman's in the house right now. Thank you, Steven. Appreciate you. Guys, Batman, Inu. Now, when it first came out, I was like, I'm not really sure about that. But guess what? It's continued to maintain. It's continued to push. It's continued to do a lot of good things and keep people engaged and interested. So that's a very important thing. And again, guys, I bit my tongue. So if my voice is just a little bit off today, it's because I bit my tongue and I don't even remember doing it, but man, it hurts today. So, but Saitama 78.03, the hot coin listing came out, and in conjunction with Wagmi, there was also an announcement that Wagmi will be trading right now. As a matter of fact, Wagmi trading has opened up on Saitama. So if you want to support either one of those communities or both of those communities, then get involved. Also, the commission. Now, I'm not a fan of the commission. I was not a fan of the commission when it came out because my understanding of it was only that it was part of the entire Saitama ecosystem, but it's not actually that. It's a side project that has offered to help because these guys are also Saitama investors. And we're supposed to see something rather dramatic coming from the commission over the next couple of days. And with that being the case, if it does produce and if it does come off, then that's going to start a pretty big run. Now, the one concern that I would have is, does that take away from Saitama in some sort of way, in that people are investing in it and not in Saitama? But you know what? You got to take your chances, and we'll see what happens from there. Who knows? I mean, it might end up good, but it just feels like things are starting to spread out. Saitama has this big ecosystem, and Saitama, the token, hasn't really stabilized yet at a good level. And I really think that good level is somewhere in that 1500, even though we're not there anymore, but about 100% increase from where we are right now in those 1500s would be a much better place for this token to be. So it just feels like a good place with a lot of, and I mean a lot of support. So busting through and getting to that spot, I think, is important. And then enhancing the ecosystem so that everything kind of merges together would probably be to their benefit. Moving on, the Sapiens. Safe Ape is consolidating right now. You can see it's kind of generally trending sideways. The volume has not been huge, but the output on it has been pretty good, and it did consolidate up here. Now, there's a lot of tokens that have done the same thing. They've had a nice little run up. This one had a second little run up. Now we're on this third spot right here. We're doing this thing sideways, but they've got some utility that's come out now, and now it's due for the third run. And that third run is always the big one, right? Well, here we are. There's bump 1, there's bump 2, and then bump 3 should take it up here. I don't know if it will or not. Most of these tokens go through things. It's a matter of support. It's a matter of people, et cetera, et cetera. But at 434 holders, I talked to Crypto Cowboy. He's real excited about what the future is going to bring for them. So we're going to see. But I feel like this thing is going to get on a big run very soon. Excuse me. I'm going to skip over Shiba Doge right now because I want to talk about them in just a second, because there's a litany and a list of everything. BTFA continues. Look at this trajectory, guys. The trajectory on this is still moving upwards. Now, it trended a little bit. It bowed just a little. Like if you look at it from this, then you're wanting it to go up here, but the market said no and created this right here. Now, then we put it right here. You can see that there's a support line that's being touched, and that generally means that they're accumulating more holders. So if that's the case, and they're still continuing to get more and more holders, then it's logical to assume that this breaks out this way. And within, at the current trend, so we're 5 days, there's 9 days. So when we go to the 23rd, it would be reasonable to assume that around the 23rd out here, this thing's going to be trading near 2,000 from where it is right now. So that's almost 100% increase if they continue doing what they're doing. And there's no reason to think that they would not, because the Board Task Force Apes are a very professional organization so far that seems to have their stuff together in a way that is best and conducive to this thing continuing to pump. So if you're looking for something to make a play on, BTFA might be the one. And look at these pumps that they're having. When they do have these pumps, they do go pretty high. And this is off the support line right now. So once it hits that support line, you see what it does every single time. It hits that support and it bounces. Then it hits support and it bounces. It hits support and it bounces. They're going to have another big run, and it's coming very soon. So pay attention to it and watch out for it. Shiba is at 1,700, 1,786 right now. Trading is still light at about 30,000. I think it needs a little bit of support. It needs the market to change just a little bit, and we need to get into that metaverse zone. That this is a great opportunity for you to accumulate, for you to stake your tokens, for you to make real world money $20 a day is the maximum amount, but $20 a day from playing the game in Shiba tokens and continue to stake them to achieve more rewards, etc. So like, this is a really good opportunity to make a play. I would recommend that in the long term that you put at least, if I were an advisor, I would say this is one of those places to make a play. Now I'm in here fairly deep with, I think I'm in for like 1 Ethereum on it because I believed in it. And I was in on the launch, by the way. So like, I'm deep into it and I'm feeling good because I'm not in a bad position. I'm fairly up. So like, I feel good. I think I put in 1 ETH, I got 2 ETH out, and I got 1 ETH still left in. So it's been good for me, and I'm going to continue to ride it out for a while and see how this thing plays out. But feel real bullish on it. CVC, same thing. I made the same play on Shiba that I made on CVC. Worked out to the advantage. Now, obviously, if you were paying attention last night, then you'll know that I had Keith from CVC on the show for a little while, and he was talking about some problems that were going on with Bitmart and some trademark infringement issues that people were alleging. They ended up getting beaten right away, and the trademarks have gone through. So he's got 3 patents and 2 trademarks that are coming out in the next little while. And he owns the rights to the logo and everything else that goes with it. So worked out to his advantage, and he didn't like the fact that he had to do it. But I mean, you look over here at the volume, and you got to like the volume. $648,000. Like, that's putting about $20,000 in the marketing wallet every single day. You don't want to see downtrends, obviously, but this is an opportunity to bounce up and really start to move to the upside. Version 2 of the site is about to come out. Keith said that he's tested it and he's seen it, and that it looks really, really, really good. And the fonts are gonna change, gonna be a little bit bigger, a little easier to read, a little more manageable, as you can see it right now. Let me open a tab and look. You can see that it's not horrible, but it is a little bit straining on the eyes. I think the red kind of maybe too red or too rich, maybe something like that. But like, when I see it, like, ooh, I hit certain spots and I'm like, yeah, it would probably be better if that font was a little bigger or something like that. So I mean, we'll see. And then I want to go back to Shiba Doge, and I want to talk about this. So there's a lot of stuff going on. You see in the overnight trading that there was a little bit of downside to it, but there was a lot happening last night. There was an AMA. During the AMA, I'm going to have to read some of this stuff off because somebody did a list of everything that was happening here. All right, so this is the update from Shiba Doge. The April 15, which is tomorrow, there's going to be the Shiba Army NFT collection, and you can buy 30 to 60 minutes prior to launch. It will still qualify you for the whitelist. If you own Shiba Doge, is what it is. Doge Army holders whitelist 2,000 total, 4 days, 500 per day, 10 mint per wallet, 1-for-1 wallet match, price point 1.5. And then the whitelist for the Shiba Army, which we're going to see in just a second. There's Shiba Army and Doge Army. There's 2 different factions, and you can see that if you go to their website and you look at my videos, then you'll see that there are some of those. And as a matter of fact, I see that comment right there. I'm going to be challenging Bree pretty soon to some Beat Saber. But you're going to have a chance and this will include, by the way, staking. 1 of 1 each has a reward. 9 in total will win 5,000 in ETH, Vitalik 100,000 in Shiba Doge. There's a lot going on with Shiba Doge right now. Now, moving on to staking. Staking launches April 22nd. So if you have tokens right now, then you can get more tokens. Support staking right away on launch. Staking Doge Army will earn Shiba Doge. Staking Shiba Army will own token from Launchpad. Staking both will earn tokens from Shiba Doge and the Launchpad token. So there's a lot, again, going on here. Launchpad will launch on April 20th. The rewards will follow staking. Smart contract already sent to CertiK. new tokens on the exchange within the first week. New tokens will have a massive passive burn through Shiba Doge token and itself. There's a built-in DAO, and burns happen. It's literally burns off of the blockchain. And then the space event. Now, the space event is the important one because that's a partnership with some very big tokens. And the marketing on that is going to be rolling out very soon. Everything is in the hands of the space team. And the space team is a group of individuals that include 2 employees from SpaceX. So they literally work with Elon Musk. So there's a lot going on behind the scenes over at Shiba Doge right now that it's going to just break out. It's just going to absolutely break out. Crypto whale here. Saitama is a new project out 2 days ago, low market cap. All right, let's I got to do one here, RBIF. The funny thing is I keep RBIF on my phone because I'm invested in it. But over here, like it bounces back and forth between. And if you see here, guys, Robo Inu, this is the one that was created by the former boss over at Saitama a while back. This thing is up to 28 million market cap, and it continues to move and continues to pound upwards. Like these big moves right here that you're seeing, you don't want to see them because they usually trend and have like a kind of a downturn. But as you can see right here, there's things going on under the hood that are causing this thing to continue to pump. And let's go look over here. By the way, if you're not paying attention, they are doing a rebranding. So you're going to see this logo kind of diminish and you won't see it much longer. There is a complete redesign on everything to be more professional and to be more in line with their goals, which is going to include a launch pad. But as you can see here, the most popular token in 2022, this is Robo Inu Finance. If you go to the site, by the way, let me get to the link tree. There we go. All right, so you can see here that there hasn't been a transition yet, but there's going to be a transition very soon on this website. And I checked it out like 2 days ago, and like I keep kind of popping in, waiting. I talk to V every few days just to kind of get an idea of what's going on. But Robo Wallet, there's a launch pad coming. There's an NFT marketplace, and these additional Robo Ventures that are going to be happening. Those are future projects that are just not there yet. And so we'll see what happens. But it's continuing to pump right now. Now, I wouldn't recommend that you get in during the pump phase, but I would definitely look for a dip or at least some sideways action with a downward trend before I aped into it, because I don't know what's going to happen here. I got a feeling that if you didn't get in already, that you might be missing some of this, but this is speculation. I don't know. And let's go look real quick at space, comma. All right, Saitama has 254 holders, trading at 15.25. It had a massive run up. So we went from, this looks like maybe, it doesn't even look like a pre-sale. It looks like it was just a fair launch. So it went 10x all the way up to 5. So it looks like it went 15x on launch, and now it's come back down. It consolidated a little bit around the 13 level, which doesn't make any sense for it to do that other than it's doing pretty well and looking pretty healthy, and now it's starting to move back upwards. So it's only had one pump, so there might be an even bigger pump coming. So like I wouldn't have a problem with that being a play. Looks like you're in almost a green wall. A lot of people taking profits. There's no big money in here, it looks like. So you're not fighting whales. You're not being manipulated. It doesn't look like. I would run this thing through a token sniffer and really look at it, make sure that the money, I would make sure everything's cool, just because anybody who's copying off of other tokens like Saitama as a name would give me cause for concern, because they're using a whole bunch of different concepts and ideas, and that's a little bit nerve-wracking. So let's see what Saitama Token's website says. And they're using the Saitama logo. That's not going to last very long. Saitama is really dickish about that. All right, so it's using mooning reflections, 8% going to marketing and development, 2% to liquidity, and 1% for 1% plus for mooning reflections. Mooning reflections: Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus. I don't know what this means, but I'll look into it a little bit later on today. It's a good opportunity. Maybe. We'll see. I might make a play on it. And let's go see. Batman. All right, here we go. What is BMI doing today? 6201. This can't be the right one, right? Because this one looks like shit. Let's go try a different Batman. All right, 73.72. All right, so you got that big moon. $8,000 in transactions for daily volume and a market cap of 73,000. Not sure. Like, you're gonna have to do. There's gonna have to be more investors for this one. That's only 100 people, and that's not a lot. That means that one person or two people can absolutely wreck the value of this thing. We look at trading, and it's just all red. Like, that's just a red wall of death right now. But when we look at the red wall of death, it looks like this is all bots or people who have sold multiple times. And I see a lot of recurring wallets, so there must be a tax on the way out. So that red wall, even though it looks deep, is not as deep as it would be, because this is the same wallet, same wallet, same wallet, same wallet, same wallet. So they're charging a tax on the way out. And it looks like about 10%. And it looks like a 10% variance, maybe, like it's variable. All right, man, that's gonna be tough. That's a tough ask to get into. But I mean, throw a couple $100 at it and see what happens. Is not the worst thing that you could do. So, all right, let's get into the comments here real quick. Let's scroll back here. Hey, what's going on from Missouri? So the min on Phantom is $620. That seems about right. I think it's 0.5 or 0.1 ETH, something like that. Volt in the house. Volt's always in the house. Can't wait for Volt 2 to be a live chart, looking great. I'm ready to see how my bag looks. Me too, man. I can't wait to see what's going on here. What price do you think it will cap at? We'll see. Kuma. Somebody wanted Kuma, by the way. So let's go take a quick look over here at Kuma. Now, for those of you who don't know, Kuma is something that was run by a lot of developers and people that were involved in Shiba originally. So it's still continued to consolidate. It's a shame that it doesn't have a marketing wallet, by the way, because this is a token that has, as you can see here, it's got a long history. It's been doing pretty well. Not great, but like, it was way down here at this period of time. So it's had some successful pumps, even in the month of April. It's had a really good pump up 100%. So the market cap's only 13 million, but it's got 335,000 in transactions every single day. Like, that's a really good thing. Hey, WW. Hey, well, you know something, brother. I'm going to do another one today, by the way, at some point, I think. I just try to keep this thing going. I'm not sure how into it all the other influencers are. Good morning. We'll see. Everybody is getting sideways, man. Tara's on the move. Good morning. What's on your breakfast plate? I don't eat breakfast. Matter of fact, I have an energy drink, which is 0 calorie right now. I don't eat breakfast. I eat dinner. I do that intermittent fasting right now. So I'll have something fairly healthy for dinner and then get a workout in. And that's been what I do. So for breakfast, I just kind of run on fumes. Now Shiba is launched on Robinhood. What next? Next for Shiba is burns. Their focus right now is on burning a lot of their supply. That seems to be their exact primary goal. Bull run starts tomorrow. Pack your bags. Is Shinja a bigger scam than Saitama? Well, Saitama's not a scam anyway, so calling it that isn't really true. It's just got some issues, and it hasn't done as well as it could have done. Shinja is not a scam. Cliff is. All these guys are doxxed. So when you're looking for a scam, the scam is usually the one where you don't know who the developers are, and so I don't think that you're looking at a scam at all. Just Shinja went through some shit. Like, they screwed something up, and I'm not even sure there's a fix for it. Cliff does an AMA every single day. But I just don't know. Like at this point, I just don't know. I know this as one of these big supply tokens, as they are, just like Volt, just like some of these other ones, as some of these giant supply tokens. They really have to diminish that supply if they want to be successful in the long term, because they're going to need centralized exchanges, and they're going to need more exchanges. And I think that he's caught right now where he doesn't have the ability to get on exchanges. So, but the trading volume, the market cap, everything about it says that it's a successful project. I mean, it has a $116 million market cap. So anybody who got in early, anybody who got in, or anybody who made a little bit off of it, like, they're feeling pretty good about it. This downtrend, every token goes through this downtrend. You can't not have that when you're adding investors and stuff like that. And when we're looking at a day chart like this, we don't really see how far it's come because we're looking at it by the day. But I mean, these numbers down here were minuscule, and these numbers down here were minuscule compared to where it is now. It's up 200% from its right here. It's up 200% from when it was over a month old. Like, it's still in a great, it's just going to take a little while. Cliff's got some figuring out to do. Yeah, Terra's running now. If you got in at 23, that was probably a good entry point. Batman Inu is not only helping with people with mental illness, but also integrate NFTs and play to earn. So we need to see something from that. And having the Batman name is going to be tough for a long period of time, man. Shiba is the next 1000X project. It might be. Why is Volt locked on Bitmark, bro? I can't do shit. That's because you're on, you're being swapped to version 2. There's nothing you can do on Bitmart. Bitmart has locked it and they've converted you to version 2, and they're going to diminish your supply quite a bit. And then that'll be trading enabled on, I'm looking it up right now. Trading will be enabled on Saturday morning. So just sit tight. You're going to be good. Good morning. Robo Inu is moving. Yeah, we already checked that one out. Did Shiba get rug pulled? No, Shiba did not get rug pulled. It's just like like I just explained, every token goes through this. We're doing it when we're going to get on Bree's ass. We're going to put some whip on her. Bleeves Bro Crypto Whales are Saitama. New project. We're doing that one. We just checked that one out. Bullish on. All right. Now I think I'm starting to catch up here. You have to check out Bobatama, bro. It's going to moon 100x from here. I think so too. The project's going to be good. I know that there's a redesign. There's everything's being retooled over at Bobatama. So I'm waiting for that relaunch moment. There's only 823 holders. Like, it's not a giant project, but it's a good project, and it had a huge run. And look, it's having a nice little upside move right here, right now, from 16 to 3,000. So it's up 48% on the day. So Bobatama is about to do what Bobatama do. Yeah, there we go. If I look at it on the hour chart, then you can see here Bobatama is starting to break out again. Just a good project. It's a good project with a lot of opportunity on it. We'll send Bleeves to Neptune. if you don't own Saitama, all right, so we're gonna be looking at Saitama. I hear a lot about Cheems. I see a lot of the memes on Cheems. As a matter of fact, I just haven't done anything with it yet. Here we go. Thank you for the bomb, Mohammed. He believes the Suna token community sends their love and support. Suna has a partnership coming soon. There's so much more potential to Moon. Yeah, I reached out to them yesterday to talk to them about maybe doing an AMA or something like that. Like they've been around since, I think he told me was Robert, I think it was, told me that he's been around since October. So as a matter of fact, I reached out, by the way, for those of you who don't know, I'm looking for like old tokens. If you remember, I used to cover some very old tokens like Sanshu, Kishu. I used to give everybody a little bit of oxygen every day just to try to, give them some exposure, stuff like that. And I've reached out to them lately to say, hey, maybe now would be the time for you to do an AMA or something. Like get your faces back out under the public eye and take part of what is developing in the new DeFi space. And most of them have just said no. They're just quietly going to do their thing in the background. So I mean, what are you going to do? Like, I don't see any AMAs coming out of Kishu. I don't see any AMAs coming out of Sanshu. I did ask. Sanshu was receptive to it, but I haven't heard anything since then. So we're going to see. I mean, I don't know how it's going to play out. I mean, I hope that it's going to play out well, but like I'm trying with these older tokens, guys. I'm really trying to get them to get with the times, so to speak. And I don't want to be disrespectful to them by saying it that way, but like, I don't know what else to say. Are you getting on the Phantom launch or pre-sale? I'm in the Phantom launch. I got my approval this morning. What are your favorite launch pad for pre-sale? Pool.io is the Poolo.io is the one that I like so far right now. But there's new ones coming out. We're going to see how they go. TerraPool is going to have one that's coming out pretty soon. I think Launchpad is like the new hot button to get people to launch their tokens because Pink Sale has been, and I don't know anything good or bad, by the way, for anybody who's not paying attention. I now have the Ryan Patrick, hey guys, what's going on? Microphone. But launch pads are the new hot thing, and it's because there's a lot of money to be made off of them. And Pink Sale has been doing nobody any favors because they have been, I don't want to call them scam artists, but they have been, from what I understand, they require you to give them some tokens upon launch. And then you have to buy those tokens back from them within a given period of time, or they will sell those tokens on the open market and wreck your token. And to me, that feels like bullshit. Now, you're entering into an agreement as a developer with a company, and you have every right and they have every right. I'm not saying that they're not doing the right thing. They're doing what's best to protect their interest, but they're making a lot of money by wrecking a lot of tokens. And to me, that feels kind of shitty. So I think there's a better way to do it because some of these tokens just don't have any of the money available. Like, I think that there's just got to be some way to come up with some sort of compromise. But I understand why they're doing it. I understand that they have the ability to do it. And I also understand that some of these developers are dicks and they're doing this because they just don't really care. Project Phoenix, a diamond in the rough. It absolutely is. Is the new contract address for Volt on Volt's Twitter page? And do you see the value of your token after migration? It is on you can get it in, so you can't buy it regularly. It's just for migration right now. So you have to download it and then you can see the contract. Yeah, once you do it, the value of the tokens after migration, because the contract is not active, it can't be shown because it's going to be on CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko after the relaunch. They've already done all of the paperwork in the background to do the conversion, but until the token goes active, which is on Saturday, you won't see anything. So Phantom pre-sale, for anybody who's asking, now I'm getting a lot of people asking. So the whitelist is over. Kings was on the broadcast last night, and he said that he had over 1,400 wallets that applied for the 2,000 ETH, and After scrubbing them for duplicates, it was down to about 1,000. So there's 1,000 wallets in on the pre-sale, but he thinks that that's going to mean that there's still some ETH that's going to be left. So the pre-sale is going to work this way. The white list will start at 1 p.m. Eastern time on Sunday, and that is April 17, I believe. Yeah, Sunday, April 17 at 1 p.m. Eastern time is when the white list is going to launch, and it's going to go until 4 p.m. Eastern time. After that, the pre-sale will launch, and that's going to be at 4 p.m. Eastern time on Sunday, and it will last until it's sold out. And once we've gotten to 2,000 ETH, and once it's sold out, that'll be the end of it. Now, the launch of it is tentatively scheduled for April the 30th. So there's going to be like a 2-week period after the pre-sale where there's not going to be too much other than hype, because the hype train is going to build. This is a big time project with big time. They're doing big time shit. So you're going to see that. You're going to see advertisements. You're going to see all kinds of stuff coming out once this pre-sale is done. So AMA is Saturday on the Telegram. Join it. All right. Kishu had potential. It still has potential. It just has to get out here in front of people and find new investors. Like, one of the problems with all these old tokens, and I don't want to shit on them, by the way. One of the problems with these old tokens is these guys do not get new people coming in. They're now missing all of the other stuff. So, yeah, there we go. DNA Dimension. He got in on the Phantom pre-sale. Good morning, Bleeves. Hope all is well. Chilling in triage. Ooh. Hey, man. Yeah, Terra uptick is feeling good for me, man. I got a giant amount in there. So it's anytime Terra starts trending upwards and I'm getting like a 20 or 30% lift, I'm like, whoo, thank you, Jesus. And I know y'all saw my post on Twitter yesterday. I'm not religious, but I still, the jokes are still jokes. Phantom pre-sale, how to get in, 4 p.m. on Sunday is when it starts. Shiba Inu is my only bet. I don't think Shiba Inu is a bet. It's just a long-term play. It's going to continue to move. It's going to continue to have big movements. But I'm in Terra for a big amount, but I made a big amount off of it, so I don't really care. Like, I'm already way up in profit. I'm already feeling really good about Terra. So if Terra can just catch a little bit of traction and start just going crazy again, there is, and son of a bitch, I stopped it. I used to have a green line right here, which was kind of showing you where like the trend line was for, make it kind of thick here. Yeah, so right here, there's kind of a trend line that you can see that goes way out here. And it is, oh shit, that's way too big. That's what she said. And it's based on the number of holders, on what the value should be based on the number of holders. And it's moving back up. When it gets to that line right there, then for me, like, not for nothing, if it got back up here in this line, then I'm going to have a lot. Like, so yeah, I really want it to do well. I'm loaded on SAPE 2. I'm loaded on Terra. What's the difference between a white list and a pre-sale? David, the difference between a white list and a pre-sale is nothing when it comes to the value. But the white list guarantees you entry into the pre-sale. It's a pre-sale on a pre-sale is basically what that is. Yeah, Diggy. New mic, who dis? You see it now? By the way, for those of you who don't know, DoobieTube is one of my best friends. And we were talking about this last night, and I told him I ordered a new butt plug. I don't know if that's going to get me demonetized from YouTube, but we'll see. What is Phantom used for? So Phantom is a social media platform that's being developed using Web 3.0 Gooden, and it's going to have it's going to have encryption technology. And we're going to try, like, the whole idea behind this is to move people away from Telegram to get people a little bit less into Twitter and to create an ecosystem that's specific to crypto. Like Telegram right now is specific to crypto only in the fact that it's being used that way. Discord, all of these other social medias, none of them are really geared towards crypto. This is going to be geared towards crypto. It'll be able to be used by anybody else because we don't want to limit that market. Or, I mean, I guess I should say they. I feel like I'm part of these projects sometimes when I get involved in them. But the whole idea is to kind of take over this crypto space and make sure that you have encrypted data. And then you're going to have your own, like you'll be able to make rooms and stuff like that so that you can do like Twitter spaces. So you'll be doing like phantom spaces, all of those things. So that's the use case, and it's coming out. Like it's going to be ready pretty good. He's doing good. He's just taking some time off, by the way. If you're looking for crypto realist, loaded on Saitama. Yeah, I'm loaded on Saitama too. Like I'm just continuing to accumulate. But again, that's one of them that's on my wallet that's not on my screen up here, because I hold that personally, and trading at 2003. Now, here's the thing: like when you look at this and you say, like, well, the price of it's gone down like threefold since I invested, and it has, by the way, mine has gone down threefold since I invested in it, and I don't give a shit because I got all these rewards. Shit, I disconnected my wallet. But I got all these rewards. I have almost 2 billion Saitama now, and like 2 quintillion. But the API on it, APY is 112%. So that's crazy to me. Like, wow. Like, guys, listen, I don't know how you feel about Shinja. I don't know how you feel about Saitama, but if you feel good about those projects, then I am telling you that you owe it to yourself to put a few. Let me go back. I don't want to tell you what to do with your money because people keep telling me not to tell people what to do with their money. I have money in Saitama to accumulate Saitama and Shinja tokens, and I don't have to do anything for it. I can be in Saitama. I can get reflections. I can be in Shinja. I can get reflections. Plus, I can be in Saitama, a third token. And instead of reflections there, I'm earning more Saitama and Shinja. So I'm foolish not to be invested in Saitama. And they got a third token coming pretty soon. They're just working out the kinks on it as we speak. So, like, I really like this thing. How you heard Lord Token Exchange, please. LTT is the token. Haven't heard anything about it. Let's go take a quick look. I don't know. Is it? If it's on the ERC blockchain, then I'm good. We can check it out. It looks like it's on BNB. Is that right? Let's see. So this is a USDT trade. So it's 90 cents, 1.8 billion market cap. That's a lot. Oh, that's the USDT. That's probably a pairing. So let's look at that other one there. I don't know which one I'm supposed to be looking at here. Loaded up on Yacht Club Inu ETH. There you go. Put a bit on Batman, low market cap, and helping a good cause. Yeah, like anything anything does a good cause is awesome. I am not a charity person. I believe that charity is a noble thing. I believe that everybody should do charity. I think everybody should have some sort of investment in charity, not monetarily even, but just individually. I think that charity is noble in its purpose, but I don't think it's crypto. Like, I think that you have to have a use case. You have to have a reason for something to exist, and then you have to use some of the money that you generate from it in order to donate to charity. But the use case on something cannot be charity. That's not a use case, just giving money away. I mean, here's the thing. All you're doing is taking investor money and throwing it away. And I don't mean to be disrespectful to the people that need the charity, but my job here is to look out for you as an investor. So when you're doing charitable contribution, you are taking away from the pool of money because the money is generated, it goes somewhere. And If you were looking out for the investor, oh, you know what? Let's put that Bleeves crypto cap on so everybody knows. Bleeves crypto, baby. When you're giving away the money, instead of using it to add to liquidity or to buy back tokens and burn the tokens, then you're not increasing the value for the investor. You're just giving money away. And again, I think it's a noble cause, but I think you should do that personally on your own. I don't think that that's going to be a use case for crypto. Got my wallet whitelist confirmation. Now I need something to pump big, so I have extra cheese to throw in Sunday. Dude, I'm going all in. I am loading my shit up. What do you think of Volt to $1? I don't care about Volt ever going to $1. That doesn't ring my bell. That doesn't make that doesn't make any difference for me. What I do is I look at this and you remove 9 zeros from it right here, these 9. So 3, 6, 9. So when it launches, it's going to launch like this right here, and it's going to have 6 zeros, 43.82 if it goes right now. If it does 6 zeros, then I'm a billionaire, even a trillionaire. Like, that's just crazy to me. So I'm not ever worried about it going to $1. Yeah, because at $1, I would be worth over $8 billion. $9 billion. I'd be worth $9 billion. So I'm not really worried about that. All I'm worried about is dropping like 2 or 3 zeros. 2 or 3 zeros would be enough for me to be well into the millions of dollars and feeling pretty good about it. So if it goes to $1, then that would be awesome. But I think that in order to do that, because I'm a fairly decent sized holder in the project, I would think that like I would have to be burning tokens too and stuff like that. Like, I think that have to be a community thing in order to get it to $1. So I don't think it benefits long term. But you know what? If Voltoshi convinces everybody to burn, then I guess we'll burn. You know, we'll see what happens. Active World, the AWRT. Now, why do I know this? Because like I saw this the other day. Yeah, this is the one. I don't know very much about it, in fairness, but I do know that people were really excited about it. And here we go. This was, by the way, this was like this ecosystem for gaming and fitness and just all kinds of different shit and gambling and like this was an entire marketplace thing. And I thought, like, it really sounds like a pretty good idea. Big supply, 2% to reflections, 2% to charity, 1% to liquidity. There's no marketing. I don't know, man. I'd be nervous about it, but it looks like they're accomplishing everything. NFT producer for motion picture The Performance, starring Jeremy Piven. AWRT listing on central exchanges. I don't have a problem with it. Like, I even thought, like, because it was pink and blue, that was the reason that I was attracted to it to begin with. Because if you go back to some of my old videos, pink and blue was one of my colors that I was using to begin with. And I don't have a problem with it. Like, I would, if I took some more time and looked at it, then I'll probably make a play on it. So I still say Bitcoin 30K, then recovery. Sorry, it's entirely possible. Hi, Satan, hope your rewards are auto staking. Yeah, they're auto staking. All you have to do is stake them. And but by the way, when you do that, of course, it disappears from your wallet. So remember, your tokens will still be there. You just have to pull them out and claim them again. But they accumulate Saitama rapidly too. I mean, you get at least a couple billion, I think, a month with just like $1,500. Down for that, Mr. Crib would be awesome. Dip to munch even at 35K. Absolutely. BMI is working on NFTs and dropped some previews in Telegram. Got in whitelist, got 20 ETH ready. Am I degen enough? Hell yeah, you are. But the pre-sale only allows up to 5 ETH. So you better have 4 wallets. What do you think about Pulse X? I think Pulse X is the shit, man. That's some hexagon level stuff right there. The Pulse chain, I keep waiting for Pulse chain. I don't know when it's going to be launched. I sacrificed the Pulse X. I sacrificed the Pulse a long time ago, and I don't have any tokens yet, so that's when I know it hasn't launched. That when it was launching, it was going to be on ERC20, by the way. So when I start seeing Pulse chain, when I start seeing Pulse and Pulse X populate my wallet, then I'll know something's going on. Never got World Peace token. Yeah. I was in one called the Green Project. Didn't do very well. Yeah, I'm buying the Caribbean islands. Me too. If you hold 4 billion in V2 token and Volt drops 2 or 3 zeros, what would the value be? Okay, so all right, so we're gonna do a math quiz. All right, so that would mean if you have 4 billion in tokens based on the price right now, which is at 43, that means that you're at about $1,600. So if you're at $1,600, times 10 would be 16,000. That's 1 0. If you drop 2 zeros and still maintain at 43, then that would be 160,000. And then getting up to one more would be 320,000 if you lost 3 zeros. And if you got up to 3 zeros and lost the 322, that would be 1.16 million or 1.6 million. Yeah, 1.6 million. If you dropped it at the price of 43. If you didn't drop it at the price of 43 and you just dropped the 3 zeros without the added number there, it's 320,000. Married with crypto. Sold some Wagmi, made some decent money, and bought back in on the dip. That's the way to play it, man. That's the goal right there. Wagmi going places. I do, man. I believe that Wagmi is going to have a massive sort of run. Okay, here we go. Archie Nico staking at 72% APY starting soon. That's what you want to see, guys. Anytime you can stake money, because that's how you earn more. And long term, that's how you're going to have value for what you're doing. All right, so Arneb, you're going to have to go into their chat in order to talk about that. You have to attach your wallet. You can't just play. Make sure your wallet is attached. Now, I don't know if you played it when it came out months ago or if you just played it recently and didn't get anything, because I don't think I got anything for playing the other day. There might be some kind of issue because they were converting over to the version 2. There might be an issue with it. Let me check my wallet real quick and I'll let you know. Shiba. Yeah, I didn't get anything for playing either. So I'll look in on it and see what's going on there, and then I'll report back on it here on the live stream. But guys, that's going to be my time. I've got people coming into the office right now. By the way, I am almost to. Let me do an announcement here. I am almost at. Let me see here. I'm at 15,950. When I get to 16,000 subscribers, I am going to do a giveaway, and I'm going to give away a Bleeves hoodie. So it'll be the first one. I bought a couple of them the other day, and I want to give back to the community. So I'm gonna have a drawing. I'm gonna figure out a way to do it once I get to 16,000 subscribers. So I'll be giving away a Bleeves hoodie. The Bleeves crypto hat are still one of a kind. I'm gonna post them on my spread shop later on today. So if you want a Bleeves crypto hat, then they will be on the spread shop later today. But that for now is my time. My name is Bleeves. It's not financial advice. Take your profits. Don't invest more than you can afford to lose. And remember the important thing. I am always right. You guys have a good day, and let's prosper.